All right, and a pleasant good morning to you, wherever you may be. This is Ramon Scott coming to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas, and we're getting ready for another big time day of sports betting action here on Saturday, November 4th. There's so much action. I don't know where to start and I don't know where to end, and we'll just go through it so fast here with this massive card today. Want to appreciate everybody coming in here for the show. I'm going to cover, I think, maybe 10 or a dozen late college football games for the card tonight. Covered a lot of games already this week up and down the channel with Tony and the other cappers as well. But maybe our focus is mostly going to be on pro basketball and the NHL here today. We're going to cover some big games tonight, but all the daytime games, I mean, you can get some questions in. We'll have a little bit of information. We're going to go fast here. I mean, this is going to be more opinion than fact, I think. Well, I guess that's not the right way to say it, but more picks, not a lot of analysis. I mean, there's too many games here. I mean, we got a NHL card. Super long man, and college basketball is about to start here in a couple days. Hello everybody, good morning. It's time to go live for our show on Saturday. Let me say hello to some folks and get roll. I have a lot of conviction in this card today, I got to tell you, and most of my best plays you're going to get right here on the show. Going to give you free winners here up and down the channel today. Most of the videos are going to be out. I mean, we're on a college football Saturday. Hello to Ferner here today. Let's say hello to everyone who's going to join in. Ferner's got the motivation. I don't even know if I have time to read the motivation here. Good morning to Blake. Thomas, thank you for encouraging everyone to like and smash here as we get started with just a big day, right? We've got the big college football card with plenty of big games and plenty of things that we need to have happen. We're going to start it with some breaking news here, real quick, then go over to the website and then get started. But like I said, I don't even know if I have time. Canadian Football League. Here, there are games today in the CFL. Maybe I could get those out right now at the start of the show. I'm on the favorites. That's all there is to it. I don't have a lot of analysis I'm going to give you there. I don't even have a panel to show you with the matchups here today. But I can tell you the early game in the Eastern Conference today. Hamilton at Montreal. I'm laying it with Montreal. Great job by Hamilton this season to, finish 8-10. That was pretty good considering the way things started and, the way the program has gone down a little bit here. But man, Montreal, they've looked good. Let's get them set up against Toronto. That's what everybody wants to see. Montreal wins and covers here. And I also have BC in a blowout tonight of Calgary. We're going to get right back at it. Calgary's done a nice job here. The record doesn't look good, and the team hasn't been great, but they did earn the right. And I'm going to lay the touchdown here with tonight the BC Lions in the late game, and they'll advance. So just remember, I've got the favorites. That's all there is to it. If I have a total, I might come to you in the Discord, and we'll have more action in the Discord today. So join me in there. I want to welcome Gerardo, if he's here yet. If he's going to make it, but Gerardo. Hopefully, I got Gerardo in the Discord at least here. I mean, this guy is an excellent soccer handicapper. I want to get you more, better soccer information here, more soccer information. If I had more time to give more plays, I would too. Thank you. Welcome to Damon today. Good morning and welcome. And Thomas. Oh, thank you, man. Happy birthday. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everything that you've done for me here with our show to keep the flow going and to keep me going as well. Gary, nice to see you. We're not going to, and don't let me down, you guys. I love this card. I really strong. I've had a little bit of a rough week in premium land. And the show, we've had some pretty good picks. So let's have a real big day. I really have a lot of, you're going to just get a lot of picks here from me. That's all there is to it. So favorites in the CFL today. William Dryman here today. Thank you. Nice to see you. Also, there's Major League Soccer playoffs. I don't have time to get to those. That's why maybe Gerardo. I know I almost have to beg him to get to get with me with some MLS because he looks at the big leagues and everything. And there is some great games I've been watching here this morning. But we got Gerardo joining us in our chat now and in the Discord. We want to pump up the information that's going on in there. I mean, I can bring you a lot of information. So, hey, let's keep it going right now here with the show. I'm going to go over to the website, but let me just get it started off with just breaking news today so far that we've seen. One piece of information is for tomorrow that just came down. Clayton Tune will officially get the start for Arizona tomorrow. We're actually seeing a little bit of move on Cleveland in regards to that news. I'm showing the line here. Maybe even 11 and a half now at some spots where it opened as low as 7 way back. Cleveland just a runaway favorite here now with Clayton Tune possibly. He's expected to start the game. Also, today in college football, Will Rogers is out of the game for Mississippi State. The quarterback for the Bulldogs will miss the game against Kentucky today. He is a quarterback that averages 212 yards per game, 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions this season. Will Rogers out for Mississippi State. We were pretty sure. I think we knew that was going to be the case, but that is confirmed. All right, let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com and see how the crew did yesterday, real quick. Then we get started on the show and see who we got. Tony T, strong day here, 3-1, continues his role. Nick Bartini, right there, 4-2. Ben Ruhala won his only play. I'm on the handicapper leaderboard for once this week, and Tim Irwin also showed a profit. Ben Ruhala here, doing well over the last 7 days, 8 3/4. Ronnie Crawford, right here. I got word yesterday. I don't know when. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Ronnie might be able to join me here on the weekends. Here, moving forward for a little morning steam. How about that, Ron Crawford? Somebody in our chat predicted that we would have somebody. I think they might have had some inside information that they didn't lead me on. But Ron, obviously coming in hard, doing a great job with the social media too, promoting the site. It looks like a great addition here, really a big time addition to the staff. Thank you, Ron, for showing up and showing out so far. I don't know. Tony sent an email, said, "Hey, try to get Ron. Let's get Ron in there," and sounded almost like a endorsement of me with you, and it was all you, my friend. Thank you, Daniel Walasachuk here, Hollywood Sam, Tim Irwin. Also, last 30 days, Hollywood Sam on a roll up over 29 units. Chauncey Giles, 15 3/4 units. Ben Ruhala up nearly 13 units. Joseph Schultz and Daniel Walasachuk. Over at Tony'sPicks.com today, you'll find our premium picks. Those are our best picks. Over at Tony'sPicks.com. Even I'm holding back my best here, even though I feel confident in this show. I'm holding back my best picks for the premiums, hopefully here to get this thing back on a roll for Saturday. I mean, there's plenty to choose from, and college basketball is coming up, which take a look at the handicapper leaderboards. I pretty much smashed them. Nick's got soccer here. As I look down at the 3-packs, 5-packs, and 7-packs today, there's plenty of them. You see all the cappers there. Ben, Tony, Daniel in there with a 5-pack, Tim. But just notice over here to the right, soccer action coming up here in just a matter of less than an hour from Nick. He's got action from Germany here, games with Leverkusen and Hoffenheim, Leipzig and Mainz, and Augsburg and Cologne, Mönchengladbach and Freiburg. A big day in German league, and also from the EPL, he's got West Ham and Brentford also getting underway, and there's all the college football. Check out all the packages there from our crew, including Ramon Scott. He's got a 5-pack in college football today. Here, early 5-pack is what it is. Check me out over at Tony'sPicks.com. and use the promo code Tony T at checkout. That'll save you 20%. It's $4 a game. Get you started on the weekend. Hey, you could pick up my 3-day pack. Will get you through Monday Night Football right now here today, and I'd really appreciate that. Don't look at it as if you're just buying the picks, even though just for really $79, you're probably going to, a 3-day package with me right now, probably going to get about 30 to 40 picks over the next 3 days. So come on, get involved with me. It's not about buying those picks. You're supporting me, and you're going to get all my premium picks as well, with usually 3 or 4 sentences on each game. Sometimes it's just general, trying to get the pick up there, tell you, hey, I like this team. Sometimes you get I give some detailed information as well. Day like today, you'll get the picks and a brief synopsis of why I like it. Probably 10, 12, 15 in college football. By the time day's all over, this NHL card, I'm going to have a package as well. And an NBA package as well, probably 3-pack, I would say, in the NBA, maybe a 3 to 5-pack in NHL tonight. Big card here. We're going to have a huge day. There's UFC as well, by the way, from Brazil. And I think I've got a card there as well. I did my podcast this week with VB and got some great insight from him. I was also on with Kyle Anthony, one of the top MMA handicappers, certainly if you're a YouTube watcher. Kyle Anthony, one of the biggest names, with my guy VB, certainly one of the top guys in MMA. Love MMA. I listen to those guys. Take a look here. Gerardo, thank you so much. So here, let me continue with the conversation. We got to get started. Okay. Here comes Gerardo. He's got picks for us as well. So, Gerardo, thank you. Please be in charge. You've made a big splash here in the Discord, and I'm trying to get some viewers in there and have your sophisticated soccer information. I won't tell your wife. And you'll be back on here, even though she should know, quite frankly. And if she's you are very popular and very well liked by many, many people in this community. So maybe it's a little bit funny and a little bit of a, secret, but if she knew the truth, actually, how good you are and how much people appreciate you, I'm sure that it would be all good. All right, Rodney in here had a good night. We had winners last night. How about the college football selections? I thought were pretty good as well. We did give out yesterday Boston College here on the show. So I thought that was pretty good. We also had under as a premium, Colorado State and Wyoming. Yeah, we got to sweat it out there a little bit. I thought we were on the right side, and it was maybe going to go against us, but got a little goofy there at the end. So, all right, here. Brent's ready to go as well. And yeah, so that's where we'll have you, Gerardo. And I know you're posting some other popular forums with more of an audience there, but I promise you, we're working on this. And if I can get your contributions, and I had a winner in the Discord last night as well. It was Princeton and Dartmouth over. Funny thing was, I actually was going to write that up as a premium, and well, the Ivy, I had been a little bit mediocre in the Ivies, and my write up was ready to go, and I was like, I got this game probably in the mid. I had actually my write up had it 44 points exactly. That's where it ended up, and we also gave out Dartmouth here on the show yesterday as the winner. So it was close, 23-21. I think it was the final. So other winners yesterday, we did have we gave out the Blues here against the Devils. I thought that was a pretty good winner as well. All right, we got to get started. Let's go back and just get rolling with the show here for Saturday. And look, like I said, it's going to be more selections and substance. Here we go. Today with the information rolling in the way it is, and I'm feeling a lot better about my computer setups here as I whined about it. You guys, that's not for you guys to worry about, but I think it's just going to give me a little bit better of a show with you guys and giving you that breaking information here that I'm supposed to specialize in. So we'll keep you abreast of that. All right, I'm jumping right down to the evening card here for Saturday. Again, I've covered a lot of games this week here on the channel with a lot of picks. So get your picks ready. Hopefully it doesn't, but we're starting near. These will be the games that are at 7:30 Eastern and later. All pretty much major games here. So please be ready if you've got picks and want to be on the record, on screen, and in the chat with Washington and USC. And how about the way this line has 77 and a half? People certainly expecting a big game here from two of the top quarterback Heisman contenders here with Penix and Williams. Everybody says Williams kind of mailed in the season here a little bit so far, but that's not the case. I mean, we know he still can play for a big time. Uh, Award here in a game that is supposed to see a lot of points. And while I know that there are, probably a big chance that both teams are going to score in the 30s here, I would guess. I mean, I still got to think it's a little bit of an insult with a total that high. Maybe it will be an 80-point game, but I've got to think it's more, mid 30s here. Let's be realistic. Maybe both, no reason why it won't be a very high scoring game, but I've just got to think it might be a touchdown too high here. I know everybody wants to roll in this one with a big time over, and I'm not even sure on the side, to be honest, which way I might be leaning, or maybe I'm reserving it for later. But I'm just going to go under. I can't stand it at 77 and a half. It is going to be we're not going to, surprise anybody here with, some, 17-10 game. I mean, that's impossible in this matchup. I'm just banking on that this thing has been set. And there are sharp guys, but I did see Tony on the record here on the under as well. So I've got that going for me. I've seen some cappers out there, some pretty popular guys that are on the over in this one. So let's not dive into it too. I think we know what we're expecting here. I just feel like the line has been set to, not everybody feels the same way I do, right? And I think some people would just say, well, I don't care what the total is, I'm going over, but not me. And Terrell, hello, thank you. And the got a home dog situation here. This is the Pac-12, and look what's happened again. Oh, so I never really even talked about this week too much about and I don't know if this is even the point, but because I'm trying to get through this card. But so we already talked about how the Pac-12 is a cannibalistic conference, right? And the reason why the Pac-12 has such difficulty getting to the championship, not only the East Coast bias. Oh my gosh, a Vexen organization. Nice to have you here. What a pleasure. Thank you. And so they always kind of knock each other off because it's a pretty good conference actually, and maybe that's one thing that's been against that and the East Coast bias, why the Pac-12 teams maybe can't get into the championship game all the time. Maybe when they've had it, maybe deserved a little bit better, and now all of a sudden we have their best year for the Pac-12. And what happened in the first reading of the BCS top four? No Pac-12 teams were there. Yeah, they were 5 and 6, but and things will change because of the demise of the conference. We know all that going on, but here you have another situation where maybe it could be another, here's a home dog. Yeah, Washington's favored. Maybe they're recognized as a better team right now, but can't tell me that these teams in the Pac-12 just aren't kind of starting to knock each other off, and it's kind of playing with this situation a little bit here as they try to qualify for the play, for the BCS. So we'll see what happens in that one. And there's, I see great handicappers on both sides, but let's take the under here and keep it going. The Kentucky Wildcats are going to be on the road here against the Mississippi State Bulldogs. And interesting to take a look at what's been going on here with the line movement in this game because what you have seen, certainly when we were on that show on Sunday, was Kentucky open maybe as low as 2.5 or maybe 3 here, but they've gone up to as high. I saw as high as 5.5. And to me, Mississippi State seems to be getting all the action from my buddies, the Sharps. If you know who they are, tell them I'm looking for them because they seem to be betting on Mississippi State pretty hardcore here from what I'm seeing. I'm seeing maybe even a 5-to-1 ratio of sharp action here for Mississippi State. You just have to trust me and believe me on that. Just taking a look at, the money ratio and the ticket ratio, like I like to do, and people make fun of, but you can't help but see that the line has continued to move in the direction of Kentucky, but it looks like I'm seeing enough money movement here on Mississippi State. I want to trust Mississippi State at home. I think cappers are mostly going to be on Kentucky here, and I'm going to take Mississippi State as a home underdog. Um, Seen the total move to the over here, open 43.5 up to 46, and that feels like the right move. I don't know if there's much value to it now at all, but I'm going to take Mississippi State at home here. Brent Cook just said, no doubt. I just said right there. Um, Will Rogers is out of this game. So, no doubt about it. It is a major factor, and that's why you've seen this line move here. But I'm not impressed. And like I said, the move has been on Mississippi State. And that with Will Rogers, news to me has been, kind of apparent all week. They do have some other injuries as well. I mean, Mississippi State has some things going against them here for sure in this one. But Vexen says, yeah. Yep. Oh no, he's out, Ferner. I just said right here, breaking news, top of the hour. Will Rogers out for Mississippi State, no doubt about it. And what has happened today? We've seen, the Sharps continue to bang this line down here ever so slightly. Continuing to take these points. I mean, it's up to 5.5 at Bovada again, but still 4.5 at Circa. This is with this news out there that I think I felt like Rogers was extremely questionable already coming into this game. So I'm just on Mississippi State here plus these points in this one. And Brent has that. And again, Brent says, hey, this is my computer. It's not necessarily my picks. So he likes to, and doing a great job there. Brent, a man, incredible contributions in the Discord as well. I know it's time consuming. All right, Purdue and Michigan here. What is going to happen in this whole situation? The other thing I wanted to say about the BCS, and maybe I can continue it here, is their selection of Ohio State. These goofballs running the BCS. I'm talking to you. They look to me like they do this. It seems like the last two. I'm trying to remember if it's been both last 2 or 3 years, but they seem to rotate there for whatever. And sure, a team might lose and they're done. We've had this format now for several years, and they get on TV and say, but it looks to me like they pick one of their teams that maybe really isn't number one. Okay, maybe Ohio State. You can't argue that they could be number one. There's between the teams that are up there, right? We're kind of debating a little bit. So, but you're like, maybe that Ohio State is number one, and we're questioning their, they don't have the same type of explosive offense that they've had maybe. But it looks to me like the BCS, they kind of rotate through, try to get everybody hyped a little bit. I think it's a little bit of BS, to tell you the truth. And I've only just felt that way when I saw that. I never thought that way necessarily before when I saw this. I'm not anti-Ohio State. Maybe they are number one. And I'm sure there's maybe 25% of the people. Maybe, I don't know what that committee went through. Anyways, Michigan, they're in there too. And they're big favorites here against Purdue. the total's gone way high here, right? It opened 45 and a half when we were on the circus show, and now it's all the way up here to 52 and a half. It was as high as 54. To me, man, that just looks kind of crazy that it would be so high here in a game that I wouldn't expect Purdue to be able to do much against Michigan. I would think this game probably ends up very close to, 42 to 7, 40 35 to 7, 38 to 7, 42 to 7, 38 to 14. That would still make it under, right, by a half a point. That's still getting close, but that's if Purdue does score two touchdowns, and I don't know if they will. I've got the under here at 52 and a half in this one for sure. I don't think this. And look, the Sharps have been the ones. I mean, they've been pressing this over quite a bit this week, and usually this is a spot I kind of want to roll with them in, but not moving this high here. Just feels like what are they really expecting Michigan to win this one? What 42 to 10, 42 to 10, 42 to 10, 45 to 10, 45 to 14, 42 to 10 would be 52 points and be 32, 42 to 10. So I guess it could, but man, you know, you would expect the clock to be moving here a little bit, and um, boy, just seems I'll be, Michigan. One thing I started saying when I first joined Tony's network, this is our second season here last year, was people were saying, "Oh, Harbaugh, he doesn't take his foot off the gas necessarily." But here, even this one, 4 touchdowns seem more reasonable, actually. So I'll end up on the under here. And Peasy says he's got a better number for you. And Ferner says they're not number one. That's it, right? So that's what I'm saying, Ferner. And again, I mean, you could actually, even in my mind, where I'm like, they're probably not number one, but I could see where someone could pick them because you can't really, I don't know if there's a big difference, but I think the BCS rotates the number ones and watch even next weekend. We did see it last year, if I'm not mistaken, or at least 2 of the last 3 years where teams were still winning and they were still balancing a different team as number one. And I think they do it just to get the hype in those markets, because they don't know that at this point that those 4 are going to be final. But okay, here we go. Keep going. Because look, Alabama, they still want to think that they have an outside chance in this one. And this one, boy, talk about a lot of movement here, right? We've seen the total kind of going up here with LSU and Alabama, and mostly because of my guy, Jaden Daniels. And that's where LSU looks to make a splash here in this game because of look, he's the outsider for the Heisman Trophy right now. And look, there's nobody else that I want to win this trophy more than Jaden Daniels. Do I think he'll do it? No. This is going to be a tough game today for LSU. The totals opened as low as 57 and a half. Now I've seen as high as 62 and a half, and still a lot of pressure to the over, but I don't know if it's going to get there. I don't know if Daniels can go off like he needs to. The total would indicate, and the move on the line would indicate that LSU. Look, I saw Alabama as high as a 7-point favorite in this game early on, and now we're all the way down here near, a field goal or even less in a few spots. Well, I don't know if I see 2.5 right now, but there were some, weren't there? I've seen a 2.5 juiced. So I don't think it's going to go that way for Daniels. If anybody watches Ramon on the morning's team, he likes Jaden Daniels. Probably, I think he's my favorite quarterback out there this season. Have I said, So look, I'm big on Jaden Dan. I hope he does. To me, he's been overhyped for what he's actually done to reach this point has been great. So I don't know how I'm not. saying he's over. I'm overhyping him to a certain extent. He's always received a little bit more hype than probably his ability has shown through. Yet he still had a great career at ASU and LSU here. So, anyways, enough about my guy here. But I'll take the under in this one. Alabama is going to be able to slow Daniels enough here. It's going to cost him the Heisman, I would think. He will not have a super productive game that would put him over the top. Maybe he'll have a good game. Hopefully he will. Hopefully this is a great game because certainly LSU and Alabama, we deserve good contests tonight. Give me the under in this one. We're not going to stop too much here, but I do want to get your plays in there. PZ, we did the earlier games, the early games all week. We did them on Tuesday and Wednesday. We had earlier games. So we're doing the night games here. And thank you guys for your picks. All right, the Miami Hurricanes and North Carolina Tar Heels in this one. And with Miami on the road now up to 6.5 point favorite here, even in this one, as the line continues to move in Miami's favor all week long. I saw this one open here as low as 3.5, and now I've seen as high as 6.5 here in this one, and the total keeps going down. So, what gives? Is it that North Carolina State is not going to? I'm sorry if I said North Carolina earlier. Of course, I meant State. But is North Carolina State the team that's going to be held down here by a strong Miami defense? That doesn't feel right necessarily, does it? If Miami's number keeps going up, I would think that it's because Miami is going to have a better, more productive day offensively against North Carolina State. How do you guys feel about it? Because for me, look, the total opened 48.5 when we were on that show, but that was the opener at Circa. Maybe they were a little bit wrong. It was bet down pretty hard immediately. I think immediately. Anyways, I'm showing 44 right now for the most part. Let me peek at it here. And so for me, that I don't agree. But what I will do, I think, with this game is end up on the over here. I think Miami, if it's a situation where Miami, they're the runaway favorite here, if anything, it has created some value on North Carolina State, especially if you get that hook or a little bit more. But Miami, they're the runaway favorite here for the most part. 3, 2.5, 3, even 3.5 points higher than that opener, and the total has been moving lower. So I think Miami, if they're going to win this game by an increased margin, it will be because of more offense, not them limiting North Carolina State defensively. That's the way I feel, and I'm going to be taking the over 44 with this one. Hi, Charles. Nice to see you today. Oh, Jamie Stewart's here today. Nice to have you. Let me see if I can't get to this here real quick, even though we're on this busy Saturday. Why is it a different payout when betting a parlay with an over/under bet include both and the same? Okay, Jamie. So let me see here. Parlay with an over/under bet include both the same. So I don't know, Jamie. We're going to need to, in a little bit further interpretation. And I know that maybe you were, reading it in their phone, or maybe didn't get it across to me, and I might be misinterpreting. So, and some people look. It looks like you're talking about parlaying a team and a total, and they're both going to be minus 110. That's the way it's mostly always going to be, but sometimes they'll be minus 105, minus 115 in there a little bit. You'll see on your ticket when they adjust the juice just slightly. Okay, so I hope I'm getting that right. The payout on for example, the old parlay cards, remember, it's kind of different from what they used to do, because if you used to take an old parlay, right? If you do a 3-teamer, you always got 6-1. It was like automatic. And now it's a little bit different because sometimes you're playing a team in there and one team might be minus 105 and one team might be minus 115. But that minus 110, if you're asking about that, that you're taking, so maybe you're getting your ticket and you see it says, you know, Miami minus one, Miami at -6, minus 110, and over 44 minus 110. So you're always going to be laying that 110, or not always, but I mean, maybe that's just the juice at that time. And you're multiplying your basically your stake by 0.909 times 0.909, and that's how you get that parlay payout. There is a way that you can look at these payouts for minus 110, minus 105, minus 115, minus 120, for example, and see how much it pays on the dollar. And usually also, if I could also maybe one other thing here is if I could point you to typing into Google the words parlay calculator, that also may help you look at their numbers. There's one on Action Network where you can actually type in like minus 150, for example, and it'll show you the payout for how many cents at each amount pays out at. So I hope I got you a little bit of information here, and you could ask more on that. I'll try to keep answering here and try to get it right. All right, Stanford is going to be at Washington State. Pac-12 action here with Washington State, big 2-touchdown favorite, pretty much in this one, and game number 373, 374 here with Washington and Washington State and Stanford. Washington State at home, looking to really capitalize on this great season. They have an opportunity here to do so. It looks like to me this total went from 57.5 all the way up to as high as 61. Is it? And look, I have it showing 59 right there. Um, yeah, I guess it is 59 actually. It's gone back down here to 59. I would expect um I don't know, I kind of like that opener better at 57 and a half. I'd kind of maybe look, but I'm going to look to lay the points here with Washington State. I have them winning this one, maybe even by as many as 17. I couldn't get them there maybe on a premium here in this one, but I would think in a game that's expected to have somewhere close in the high 50s here that Washington State can be provided, especially if we can keep it under 2 touchdowns here. This one opened as high as 14. And right now I'm showing mostly 13 and a half or so. So we're keeping it under 14, but I'll take Washington State. Yep. Thank you, Ferner. All right, Oregon State and Colorado in this one. This still should be fun. I know that things have gotten a little dicey, and maybe Dion has gone a little bit too far in some of his comments. I mean, which Dion, sometimes forgets that all these kids have parents. Is what it felt like as he openly criticized the his offensive, basically saying that we don't have enough good recruits on our offensive line, and my son's getting sacked way too many times. Maybe he shouldn't hold the ball. Maybe he shouldn't go scrambling around when he's getting tackled by one ankle and all that. I'm sure he knows what he's doing, and I'm sure that really what it is, is probably they are overmatched on the offensive line, a very tough position to get the elite players uh, to. But in a situation like this against Oregon State, I don't think it will be as big of a problem as it has been in some. Look, I know we want to look at Oregon State as kind of still. I don't look at those other Pac-12 matchups that Colorado's kind of struggled in here against maybe more traditional strength teams of the Pac-12. I know we're dealing with a special Oregon State team here and all that, but I don't think that kind of like that. The tradition's not there. That doesn't carry on the field necessarily in this one, but I just take the points. I want the points at home with Colorado. It feels to me like more of a shootout game. This total already ridiculously high here, probably too high at this point. It opened as low as 60.5 when we were on that circa preview or the opening lines show here on the Tony's Picks channel. It immediately went up to 63.5, and now we're looking at 68. Is that, do I have it right, or is it, am I misreading it here? Okay, thank you. Gosh, you guys got to check my math. Okay, I just couldn't read it. It's 60.5. All right, well that changes things for me for sure. I'm sorry about that, you guys. That was just a misread. I thought maybe I typed it because I kind of typed it in blindly, and as I got up this morning a couple hours ago, and it said 60.5. Thank you. Well then, I'd probably prefer the over here in this one, but I'm already stuck with it. I'm stuck with Colorado here in this one, and I don't think 68 is necessarily wrong, but I certainly think that this one probably gets into the mid 60s here. When Oregon State's going to be able to put up some pretty big numbers, I would imagine here. But I think Colorado, this is more of the style of game that you'll see where they keep coming back a little bit. It'll probably be more wild and fun than some of the stuff we've seen sometimes when let's see, good fade spot for Colorado. Yeah, but I'm kind of wheeling it back the other way now, Brent. If anything, I'm kind of saying like, because again, I don't want to lay 2 touchdowns necessarily here with Oklahoma State. But my numbers actually in my computer says to do so, and I just can't. I can't. I just feel like it's going to be, somewhere. Look, if it's going to be, somewhere in the mid 60s, like I would rather call it for here in this one. 38 to 31 doesn't seem out of the question here, I would think, in this game. I don't know about Oregon State really putting the hammer down to get double digits on the road here at this point against this Colorado team that certainly has some ability. I put them in there in the middle. And Oregon State, I mean, this has been incredible. Remember, they haven't had it. I mean, this is like, when was that great Oregon State team that, the Giant Killers of Oregon State? That was before I was born. I think, and I'm old. But that was a famous team, the Giant Killers of Oregon State, and they beat. No team has ever done what that Oregon State. They beat like number 1 and number 2, and then tied number 2 in like 3 or 4 weeks. Oh, let me get back to Jamie here real quick. Thank you. I want to see if I can. Uh, for example, the exact same parlay pays $100 for an under bet and 90 for the over bet, both set at 110. I would actually, if that's the case, I would actually call for the sportsbook manager and say, here, you paid out. Well, no, I wouldn't say, right, because if you paid 100 for the under, that's actually even money. So I would just keep it quiet. So I'm sure I'm misunderstanding it still. The exact same parlay pays 100 for an under bet and 90 for the over bet, both set at 110, which actually would be anything set at 110. Like I said, that's 91 cents on the dollar, 909090909, and that's what a straight bet pays at 110, right? If you bet $10, you usually get 1909 back, or betting $11 to win 10, I guess is the way we say it. So okay, I'm probably screwing that one up. Let's keep talking. We're coming. I think we're coming with that one here. LC. See. Or maybe we did earlier this week. I'm trying to remember, LC. Sorry. All right, Boise State and Fresno State action from the Mountain West here on Saturday night. I got to talk a little bit of Mountain West with Fresno having such a great year coming in at 7-1 here, but hey, they're only favored by 2.5. This is the last game on the board, but not the last game of the night. But it is game number 425 and 426 here. Look at this total at 54 now. This one's been going down just steadily, and that's a move that I probably can get behind. It's been a short move to the under, and it hasn't moved too far yet, and I do like it. So give me the under here in this one. It has opened as high. I saw as high as Fresno State -4, but now they're all the way down to -2.5 here. I think it mostly opened around 3.5. So this one's kind of been all over the place. And man, I think it just feels like it's gonna be a close game that I'm not even sure I could. I would say for me the value might still be with Boise, but boy, it would be nice to get 4. I'd be buying points with Boise. I just feel like it's a field goal game one way or the other, and I feel like that total's probably too high. Too high. I'm going to be going under here in this one when, like I said, I think it should be a field goal game, a close game. So can I really get 7 touchdowns out of this game? I don't know if we can here. I'm gonna take the under in this one with Boise State and Fresno State. And I'm going to do one more. This is the last game on the card, and hope we didn't go too fast. I wish I could tell you all about the matchups and who's covering who and who's covering spreads and all that. But there's too many games today. So UCLA on the road here against U of A. And the Bruins are favored in this one on the road by 2.5. I've seen the Bruins. Man, this one's been all over the place as well. I saw as low Bruins, maybe as low as 1.5 here, I think. And as high as, I don't know, 4. As high as 4. So, if anything, maybe there's some value here with UCLA. That's the way I was kind of looking the whole time. And now I can lay under a field goal. Probably would take him on the money line, but I don't want to do that to you on the show. So, let's see here. Sharps, maybe. They're kind of mixed. This total opened when we were on the preview show as high as 61.5. And look where it is now, all the way down. That was obviously a bad line because it got hit down immediately to 53. Looks like I'm sure they just started taking a bet or two and adjusted. But Circa did show a 61.5 when that game opened. There's no doubt about that. And I don't know. I mean, while the reported steam did come in on the under and it was immediately bet down, 53 was probably the general opener, maybe 53.5 for Joe Schmoes like you and I. But even that has been hit down here a little bit. To the under, and I don't know if I, necessarily mind that. Quite frankly, I would think that maybe this one will be still an under, but it is interesting that Circa had such a high opinion of the total in that game. Anyways, I'll take the Bruins on the road here. I know Tony took them as well on his preview, so I like UCLA. I probably just lay the money line. I feel pretty scared actually. Brent's on Arizona here. Well, thanks for your other picks on those games. Sorry, you guys, I missed the Boise picks. and we're going kind of fast, and this segment's over. Unless you guys have some questions on college football, I'm going to get ready for my basketball here in just a minute, because we got NBA action, and it's fantastic. And how about last night's action? Did everybody enjoy those colorful courts? One of them, they already had problems. I saw multiple problems out there as they've kind of rushed this. I want to say rush this thing together. I was one of the first ones on here. One of the first things I ever said on this channel, when Tony invited me to be on, we used to do a daily show, and I said, the NBA is getting real close to starting, and it wasn't really talked about. It was out there, but I said, "Oh, the NBA, you're gonna watch this? They're gonna start an in-season tournament," and I don't think anybody was believing me here a little bit. But we had it last night, and it's not tonight. It's on Tuesdays and Fridays. Like I said, you'll know which day it is, because it's only on Tuesdays and Fridays, and you'll have those colorful courts. I think election day, they're not doing that tournament. They're just doing, because they're so, NBA, they're big on elections. We all should be. Anyways, all right, let's go to the NBA here right now. And get ready to go with some plays. And again, we're going quick here, you guys. I'll get you all the stats you need to know when we get to the weekday show, and we got a couple of games. And
final.
We'll see how we start to pare it down. I'm not saying anybody's getting eliminated yet. We'll probably cover all the NBA games, but we got college basketball on Monday, and it's a long schedule. Okay, this one's early with Phoenix on the road against the Sixers. All right, let me just bring it in here, dial it in. All right, just about ready. So we're going to see line movement here off of what I put in, I'm sure.
Final.
All right, this one right now opened as low as 3.5. I'm seeing now as high as 5 here for Philadelphia, as this one has been on the move a little bit. I mean, Philadelphia, that was a move that I was kind of looking to get behind, and it just keeps going higher here. So maybe that's where I'm going to end up. I also did like the total here to go under, and that's where that move has gone as well. With this being an early game, I'm actually going to end up going to give out the side and total on this game. I'm going Philadelphia, and I am going with the under here today. And let's see if I just had a little bit. I don't want to waste your time and try to catch up on all this here. Just one more moment. All right. So for me, anyways, with Phoenix on the road here against the Sixers, I'm playing this move. I'm definitely a fan of this move. Give me the side and the total. Probably not getting the best of the line either. So give me the Sixers and the under here. Solo going under. And Mike's on the Suns. Hello, Mike. Hawks and Pelicans tonight, NBA action. This one's for Saturday. This one opened New Orleans -3. I'm showing this one down now to New Orleans -2. The steam has already come in on Atlanta. Widely reported steam came in on Atlanta. Also came in on the over. And we're seeing this one now as high as 235. This one's been Hawks and over so far as this steam has been concerned this morning. This has definitely been, a pretty big mover. I like the Hawks to win. I think the Hawks can win this one on the road. I'm not sure I'm buying into that, move to the over here, but right now, my totals are. I've been trying to fade these high totals a little bit and been getting burned, even in the premium land a little bit. I'm supposed to be Mr. Totals. I'm not going to stop firing because I will have it right eventually. We're just a little bit off. Give me the Hawks here. Money line if you want. I'll take those 2 points with the Hawks. Brent says maybe I like them today. He gives you his score. Mike says there were lots of high scoring games in the tourney. And, well, yes, Mike, but will those high scores continue today? I think the odds makers say they well, let's continue on here. Um, I was going to say they will. To me, the totals are on the move higher today already, and a couple of them are pretty high, like this one and the next one I'm about to show you. But there are also some in the two teens and 220s, but those are also on the move higher. So let's continue on. We're analyzing this card, and as I like to say, we give out a lot of plays because I like to play the landscape. All right, Hornets and Pacers here with pace on the at home -4, maybe up to 4.5 now, and this total 238.5. There you go. See that? How high this total is. So Pacers definitely the team on the move here, taking the action for the most part. It looks like to me. This one opened as low. I saw as low as 3.5. Or no, I saw as low as 3 here. I think. Let's take a look. And yeah. And that total, see, 236 now, 238.5. The way this one, I mean, see, now I do like it over, and I get a little intimidated by going over on these big numbers. I want to go premium. It was 236.5, now 238.5, and I get so intimidated sometimes. And it's only a basket, I know. But man, I like the over in this game. All right, I like Charlotte. Let me take Charlotte. I think they can win this game right now, the way things are going. Yes, I'm going to take these 4.5 points now. That also has my attention. So give me Charlotte in this one. I'm going to work with this total. I don't think it's going to be going down any. I just want to make sure. Like I said, I want to go premium on some of these. Because Solo says go over. Pacers and over here. Here's Pacers. And Brent's got a big time under, though, in this one, it looks like. Wow, the Lakers and Magic here. The Lakers on the road, 3.5, maybe 4 now. They were 2.5. I saw as the low line here in this one with the Lakers on the road. Uh, all the way to Orlando here all of a sudden, huh? The Lakers, well, they've done pretty well so far, but so has Orlando. I think everybody's pretty pleased with what they've seen from Orlando so far. This total looks to be on the move right now. Let me take a look. I think this total is wrong because this one has been going higher, 221.5. And well, I got to be all about that. I've got to think this is going over as well. If the Lakers are going on the road right now as a road favorite, I don't think they're going to necessarily get the number here at Orlando. I don't know if I trust them to get the number here. Let me take Orlando plus the points from the Lakers, but I would think the Lakers are going to have some deficiencies defensively coming into this game against an Orlando team that look. Do they have some players that maybe aren't playing as well? I don't know. They're doing all right. I'm not down on the Magic here just yet. I've made a couple adjustments in my ratings here today. As a matter of fact, I don't know if everybody can see them back there, but I've moved. Uh, I don't think anybody even cares, but I've moved a couple of teams up and a couple of teams down right now. So give me the Magic here today, but I think this one's going to be an over. And I don't know. I'm looking to make my stand in the premiums, and I need some premium winners, especially in the NBA. And I'm Mr. Totals. And I think this is going to be look, this one opened as low as 217, and now we're dealing with a 221 and a half. And, I mean, do want to get the plays to you as early as possible, but I also don't want to, take advantage of weak opening lines so that you're stuck there with a bad line. But I just feel like this is going to be a high scoring game. We'll see if I can get there. Just know that if you're looking to get to the window and, um, you know, I like the over. I'm going to reevaluate when this steam came in since we've been on the show here. I'm going to give the Magic out as my play, but I would think this move to the over looks pretty solid, and I'm really disappointed about it. Actually, taking away even some of the. I was satisfied at 219 before I came on the air, and I'm even with the move. Anyways, I'll take the Magic, but man, I like the over tonight. Celtics and Nets here. Look, this has been great for the Nets. Man, I had a premium winner last night with the Nets, believe it or not, and I'm so happy because I mean I've been you know pumping up the Nets here a little bit, right? I've been the guy that's been on the Nets so far, saying, "Watch it." I like the Nets. I think they're making the right moves. Get rid of the goofball guys. Yeah, do they have to start over from scratch? Doesn't matter. Right now, this Nets team totally getting it done. I'm not too worried about a back to back here, man. I want the Nets. I kind of want them as a premium. Getting this many points from the Celtics. Has it gone down? Yeah. It might even be down to 8.5. It seems like I don't know. Are the squares taking the Nets here? Wouldn't think so. Well, maybe they are. I mean, hey, we want to go where the money's going, where the wins are coming from, right? The Nets are absolutely crushing right now, aren't they? As far as making us money at this point, are the Celtics great and all that? Yeah, they're probably doing even a little better than we anticipated here. But the reported steam did come in on the under in this matchup. And, well, I'm going to have to look more into that. It opened as high as I saw as high as 231, and now we're looking at two. It's gone back up a little bit. I don't know about that at all. Total might not make my card, whatever the case may be. I need a play for you guys, and well, I may have been going Nets premium, maybe not. The back to back is a factor for some, I would think, but and back home, Celtics have been busy too. No doubt. Brooklyn feels like they're making us money, you guys. And if I'm going to take Brooklyn here, I'm going to look at it, make sure it's not 8.5. But no, I'm even showing some 9.5 still. Oh, no doubt. That was a rough game, man. I was not, as someone who's trying to get home with some premiums here, that was a struggle. I know I was on the right side. So, no doubt. I mean, I'll give you the schedule spot. I'm playing the fact that here's the one thing, right? Um, I never want to think that I'm overlooking something or disagreeing with the obvious. I mean, I'm playing the spot as everyone's knowing this is a back to back. I'm still getting nearly double digits at home with a team that's cashing that is underrated, overlooked right now, and cashing. I still always trust in the end, I trust my guy, Joe Tasai, to weed this out with all of his Alibaba money. And, um, you know, right the ship, because I think he's a smart dude. I think he just got caught up in, hey, he bought the team, or took control of the team, and said, hey, I can get a bunch of superstar, and I want to do it this way. And that's not right for Joe Tsai. He can do it a little bit differently, I think. He can do it more efficiently than hiring, paying a bunch, because he can afford it. I mean, the guy is a billionaire, billionaire, billionaire over. So hopefully the Nets will fail in Brooklyn and he'll move them to San Diego. All right, give me the Nets. Jazz and Timberwolves here tonight. Good division matchup here with these two, and the Timberwolves favored here by 8 and 225. Let's see if that's still the line. Oh yeah, that one hasn't moved too much at all. 8 and 225. I saw as high. I saw an opener as high as 227. So I don't know what's going on here, but I think I like the over in this one. Now it does seem like sharps are willing to lay it here, and it was as low as 6.5, all the way up near to, I don't know, -8 or so. Does anybody really want to lay points with the Timberwolves at home against the Jazz? Or I don't know. Look, I mean, maybe the Jazz are going to be one of those home road teams, but they sure can look good at time. Markkinen, I might be the most underrated star in the league. So the Jazz, I definitely have some pretty strong talent. Here, I'm going to take the over in this one at 225. I was probably going, that was a premium candidate for sure. But I don't know what I can do with the side right now. So I got to try to give out a play every game. There's plenty of plays out there today. That's what you're supposed to tell me, Brent. Well, here, even though he said, why are they giving the Jazz 8 points? But your number, you've got the Jazz in an upset game win here on the road. That's a strong play for Brent. I'll take the over. Kings and Rockets. Well, the show sure goes faster when we don't give out a bunch of stats, but what fun is that? All right. Kings and Rockets here with the Kings on road favorite, -3, and the total here 222 for the most part, it looks like. And I don't know, the Rockets, maybe they're a little bit fixed here. Maybe they can get it back together. They're getting some points here at home from the Kings. It does look like a cheap price, considering that the Kings maybe are pretty okay after all. And we know the Rockets right now have had some pretty smelly spots uh, so far. Some of these games now, reported steam did come in on the over in this one, and it looked, I don't know. It does look pretty solid to me. The line probably is a little bit too high here at this point. So I don't know if I'm going to necessarily get involved in a premium in this one. Give me the over right now as my play here. Uh, I was leaning Kings, but I do see some action coming in here on the Rockets. I didn't take the line down necessarily to under 3 just yet, but uh, boy, could the Rockets supposed to compete here? I don't know, the way they're playing doesn't seem like they would. So, all right, nothing from you guys on this one. Let me get to the last game, and then we got a bunch of hockey, and we got about 45 minutes to cover it. And we're just going to give out a bunch of plays today. And I like the hockey card probably better than this right now, or NBA. Anyways, let's go to the last one. Bulls are on the road against the Nuggets, and I get it. I mean, the Bulls are broken maybe here, but I don't know. I kind of want to take them. I kind of want to think this. The Nuggets do feel like the team that is going to mail in all the games that they know that they can win and make it tough on themselves. That's the way I feel like this team is headed this season right now, and as dysfunctional as the Bulls kind of look right now to a certain extent, they still have won a couple of games. They have won a road game as well. Look, Denver's 3-0 at home. I get all that. But like I said, I feel like Denver's the team that is not going to be that team that is going to be blowing out the teams that they're supposed to blow out. So double digits here. I don't see a double digit victory in this one. I'm going to take Chicago. The Sharps, I think they're all over. I think the Sharps, looking at the way I look at it, they're on the Bulls. They're on the Bulls. How can it not be on the Bulls, right? Because Joe Public is not walking up there to take the Bulls even at +10, are they? And this one was +10, +9.5, +9. And so see where it's going? It's going to the Bulls. Brent's got it as a draw. Good. But the line move is clearly on the Bulls. I'm showing there's some 8.5s out there even right now. So it's not, like I said, and this is a game right on a Saturday, right? Everyone's going to be throwing that, Nuggets minus whatever it is, money line parlay, and all those late football games or whatever. So they're still finding a way to take the Bulls, these Sharps, and I'll be right with them. I'll sit there and I'll be Mr. Wise Guy. Give me the Bulls tonight. Denver right now, look at all their games right there. Are they all going under at this point? And this one probably will too. This is the lowest total on the board, isn't it? At 216. I mean, look, their defense works every time, and maybe that will be the Bulls' downfall. But if I've got a lower scoring game that's going to end up, I don't know, close to 210 points here, I'm probably going to be willing to take the under in this one. Denver has gone under in 5 of their 6 games. The Bulls have gone under in 4 of their 6 games. So I would think it will go under, but could be a premium here. Unless it gets too low. It's already 216.5. That's it at basketball. Enjoy the games tonight. Like I said, there is the one Phoenix and Philly is a day game at 1 Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific. All right, crew. Let's do this. This is what you as a famous song once said. Let me make sure I get. This is what you came for. NHL. That was an EDM. What was it? Rihanna, was it Rihanna? They did that one. This is what you came for. Hockey tonight. Yeah, we're having a pretty good run on these hockey games. Appreciate all your support. Doesn't always go perfect, I know that, but obviously on the handicapper leaderboards, it's my best sport. Maybe not off to best premiums, but the videos here are pretty good on these, and you're pretty much, we're just going to give you picks here with so many games here today. And wow, these games are on the move here as my hopefully get these FCS games going too. Wow. All right, we do have daytime action. The first game goes off 3 Eastern, noon Pacific here with the Predators and the Oil in this one. We'll try to get these goalies right if we can. But on Saturday, a little bit tougher. We do have some confirmed goalies. Nothing in this game, though, that we can hang our hat on. But I know that I'm going to start off pretty square here. I don't know what the line is going to. If it's too high here, I'll lay it. But oh man, $1.85 here with Edmonton. I don't know if I can lay a puck line, you guys, and I feel kind of shame on this one, but I do. Well, let me see what I can do here. Because I do like. I'm going to give out side and total. I think in this one with an early start. I like Edmonton here. Maybe we can parlay it up. How about if we do that? Um, don't parlay, you guys. Don't. I'm not. I'm not about that. You know what? Let's parlay it up here. I probably would play it up, play it straight, but you could with $1.85, I guess, if you want to make a little bit of more of a gamble on it. I do like the under much better than the $1.85, but I'm willing to play Edmonton in this game at anything reasonable under $2. I'm okay with it. And when I say $2, I also endorse the puck line, but um, you know, uh, I also endorse -2.5. It's just a matter of how much you're going to lay on it. Just means I like all the prices on a particular team. The Oilers are my team here to win this game, whatever the case may be. I'm taking them on the money line here as my play, but also I'm taking the under as my play. Two plays in this game because there's so many games today, and I don't even know if these are going to make the um, premiums here today in this one. So, all right, let's continue on to another day game here. 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, with well, my Arizona Coyotes. They are not one of my favorite teams necessarily, but they're going to start to be if they keep playing like this. And I'm going to take them here today against the Winnipeg Jets. Now, we did see a move to the under in this game. Let me see if I can still, if it's gone down. You know what? This is still showing some 6 overs now here a little bit. So let me just update it just to get you the right price. It looks like it's gone considerably down, quite frankly. Here, maybe the best play is on Arizona for me. I do like the under here. This is going to be another one we'll give outside in total since it's an early start, and we're going to be loaded to gills in college football. We're not going to let a little hockey game maybe derail us here. Um, that we're not even Arizona. Look, as improved as they are, can they make the playoffs? Maybe they can this year. Maybe they can really improve. But in this one with an early start, let's give out another side and total here. Home team and under, just like we did on the other one. But I want the Coyotes and I want the under. And yeah, I'll grade it at 6/20 here. But I don't mind if you want to go back up to 6.5. But I would imagine you're going to be laying at least, I don't know, $50, $60 minimum, I would think. So we missed out on some big time value here, but I like it under. I like it under. So maybe it'll be 2-1, 3-1, 3-2. That's what we want. And right, so that was always me, Ferner. Like hockey is my number 4 favorite sport out of the 4. If you say the old baseball, football, basketball, hockey thing, but it's not so much. I liked hockey even as someone from Southern California because I always liked to watch sports on TV as a kid, and you didn't get a lot of sports when young. I'm in my mid 50s, so when LA Kings games were on with Bob Miller, man, I watched hockey games because I loved any sports that was on. I didn't know that I was going to be all bet every game, bet games because I love that. I just knew I liked watching games as a kid, scores, stats, things like that. Um, so, all right, there we go on that one. Let's keep it going. We got to get this show on the road here, and here come my FCS games too. So I want to get done and get handicapping on my not handicapping, but match up my FCS numbers here with the lines that are coming out. Had some good plays. Join me on the Hubanga Network here just a little bit. I've given out some FCS plays, and last week we had a couple of cakewalks. That was nice to go on some friends' channel and give out 2 plays, and we were up. I mean, I think it was like 23-0 and 27-0 last week in like the third quarter with those games. So, all right, Detroit here and Boston. Reported steam did come in on the under here. It looks pretty good. I think the steam on this game looks pretty good. Has it gone down to 5? Did it make it go down to 5.5? Another one where 6 under 30 now at least. It's pretty juiced because I think it's going to go under here in this one, I would think. And well, I might try to save something. I'm going to give out the under here. It's already pretty juiced. It may even be 5.5 somewhere, but I think under. And I would think the Red Wings are going to be live here. This is the spot, man. The Red Wings, are they real? Are they not real? I don't know. It feels like they're kind of real, and they're playing a big game tonight at home as an underdog against Boston, and Boston's all that. I want to try the Red Wings here to get this one against Boston, but under is my play. Maybe it'll be a premium later. Maybe you don't agree. Maybe it's not official. Not officially going with the Red Wings on the show. I'm going with the under here, but the move has been, I think, to the Red Wings, you guys. I saw as high as $1.45. And I would think the squares are going to be out there. I'm showing tickets are 2/3 right now. Puck line on Boston and the money line, even almost 75% of the tickets are on it. And the money is clearly on Detroit. And so, I don't try to sell you on tickets and money. That's not my game here as far as telling you guys that, hey, tickets and money. I look at tickets and money. I look at tickets. I look at tickets. But just for those of you that maybe pay a little bit of attention, this is a tickets and money game totally right now. Boston. The tickets are on Boston. That's okay. I mean, I want the tickets to be on Boston. This is a situation where I like them early money on the Red Wings, and that's the way I'm going to go. But under is the play. I keep Thank you guys for that. Tampa Bay on the road here against the Senators. I'm rolling through these, forgetting to check the goalies, and I don't think I've seen a confirmed goalie yet in any of these first few, so no problem there right now. But for me in this one, probably like side and total here, the way this one stands right now. Tampa Bay here in Ottawa, closely rated game here, certainly in this one, but I only see it one way. I mean, I think Tampa Bay here. Now, I know there's concern. We don't have, we definitely have a backup goalie here. He's been in there so far, so that's fine. And Korpisalo, look, this is where he's ended up. I think he's probably in as good a situation as he could be in here with Ottawa. I don't know if this is going to be a great spot for him, quite frankly, here against Tampa Bay, especially if this game, look at the total. I mean, this is a 7 here for the most part. Yeah, there's 6.5s out there, and that's the way. Hey, you get that 6.5, and there are 6.5s, there's 7 unders, and there's 6.5 overs. That's fine. I think this is going to be a high scoring game, and I think the Lightning are going to take it. And that's the way I'm, going to play this one for sure. But let me give out on the show here as my play is going to be the Lightning on the road. Even money, I guess, at this point. Yeah, probably even money or so. But it feels like to me, maybe I'm a little square on the over here, I would think. But look, it's not bothering bookmakers at all as I hang in that 7 right there. And do I want? Am I going to have to lay 45 cents at 6.5? Well, I might. Will I? Probably. Probably give it away. Probably try to give it in as a premium. I know I don't want to bury anybody with any juice right now, just plugging along, but I think this is a high scoring game tonight. All right. We skipped 9 and 10. The Kings game got a time change, I see here. So let's right now go with 11 and 12. Sabres and Maple Leafs here. Big home favorite in this one. Kind of fun, though. We've had some good competitive prices so far, a lot of the games this season. And so, can't give out the total. Can't give out the side here, I don't think, in this one right now, especially if I'm dealing with a 210, 220, whatever it's going to be. Maybe I should because I really do like the total in this one big time. Well, no, I mean I like the total. I like the total. It was probably maybe a premium, but I don't can't give off the side here. There's so many games today. I like this total to go over tonight with the Sabres and the Leafs. Uh, Surely looks like a 7 goal game here. 5-3, maybe even. Can the Sabres get to 3? Yeah, I think they maybe can here in this one. So I think the Leafs will be explosive. I think they will win this game. I think the Sabres can actually compete here and maybe even cover the puck line in a game like this. But just in case, I mean, either way, if the Sabres are hanging in here, it's because they're able to get some goals on the Maple Leafs. If the Maple Leafs do win and win it like a $2 favorite, I think it will get home. I think the over gets home. This is the way that I'm looking at it. Brent says absolutely not. He's totally in disagreement with me. He's got this one 2 full goals under the. But okay, 2 full goals under what I had it at. So we're in official disagreement here. All right, just a little bit of breaking news here. Want to pass along what I saw that Louisville running back Jawar Jordan, 11 touchdowns so far this season. He is now listed as questionable for tonight's game. Louisville's running back Jawar Jordan. Thank you, Mike, for that. Hope it's okay, you guys. Look, I'll be get you plenty of stats, read off some stats, some trends, and all that during the week when we have more time to spend together. So hopefully you're gonna roll here with me. All right. Hey, just pass along with Steam Play that came in on some FCS action before I continue, just to get you a little more content, maybe bet some more games if you're interested. Can't even endorse this at this point. I don't have I'm not going to look over my numbers, get into too much FCS. Just want to report some Steam that's coming on an FCS game, and it's on Villanova today. In their early game, Villanova is taking some steam here in their game this morning for me, but they are playing System Play New Hampshire. So a little bit of move here on Villanova -1. Sharps appear to be taking them against New Hampshire today. Steam Play. All right. Trying to find where I left off here. Here we go. Oh, it's my Habs against the Blues. Canadians here. I think we do have final. One of these goalies might actually be confirmed. Final. I believe it's my man Sam. It is indeed here, and unfortunately, we might be depriving ourselves of a classic matchup. In fact, I want to mention that other game. It looks like we're seeing more goalie changes now finally starting to come out. We missed them on some of these games. But Bennington probably messed up the matchup for the 2 longest goalie names in history here because maybe Woll is going to be in there today. Those other matchups that I've covered, maybe we're starting to see some other goalies, but we're just going to have to deal with it right now. Canadians here and the Blues in this one with Sam on the road. Blues are going to be favored here about $1.20, and I saw the total as high as 6.5, but it looks like we have moved lower here. I could see why. I mean, it feels like this one is going to be an under, but I don't know. The move to Woll here all of a sudden just kind of caught he's looked good. here. Look, I don't think that there's a problem at this point. Um, maybe with maybe we're shortchanging Toronto a little bit to a certain extent on some of this. Wool has a 1.88 goals against so far, uh, and while I said Wool, I'm on the wrong team, you guys. I was trying to talk about how. Did you guys catch me on that and correct me in the chat? All right. I almost want to start over. I was going back to the game Samsonov and the Sabres Maple Leafs game, talking about the other goalie changes that I'm seeing here in the other games. I'm sorry about that, you guys. Like I said, I wasn't going to go back, so that was just an error because I couldn't find the game when I was on. All right, let me just start again here with the Canadians and the Blues in this one. The total's gone down here to six, I believe. I believe six over 20. There's been a pretty significant move here to the under in this game at some books, and well, I do like the under. So let me give that out as my free play here in this one. Um, like I said, there is the definitely don't I can't confirm the St. Louis goalie situation at all at this point, but it does look like Hoffer might be the goalie in here against Montembeault. The spot is good for the Blues. I wasn't necessarily expecting Hoffer to be in there, but I will look into that. I don't know if it's going to actually take me off the Blues here necessarily. If Woll got traded from Toronto to the Blues, I'd be all for that, and I'd be on him this game. Yeah, it's tough. No, right? Salty Fly Guy said it. When did he will right? If he got traded to the Blues, I would definitely be on him in this game. But more so, I do like the spot here uh, for the Blues, and I think that they're going to. Mike likes the Canadians though here in this one. Um, moving toward the Blues. Just want to investigate what's going on here. Blues, the spot to me is a premium, and it may make the card. So, all right, Blue Jackets, Capitals here in this one, and we have the Blue Jackets on the road here as an underdog against the Capitals here, and well, the Capitals did take the steam. This look, I mean, it's probably a capital spot finally here. It's hard to kind of back the Caps at this point, right? To a certain extent, but they are favored here. I think they are favored for a reason. Lindgren, I'm pretty sure he has been the confirmed goalie in here. Indeed, he has. Uh, are we finally going to get a chance here, maybe to take Lindgren's been pretty roughed up, pretty bad. 4 goals against here, but the spot. To me, everything's saying Capitals, and I might just be overruling my numbers here. The Sharps look to me to be the sharper of the Sharps, if you will, appear to be on the Capitals and on the over as well. The reported steam came in on the under. Um, if it goes if it's hanging out at 6, this is probably going to be all right. I'm just going to have to wait on this for the total because I think this one may go down to if it goes down here, and let me just update it to 6.5 there, because otherwise I'd be on the over as a premium. It's definitely 6.5, maybe even juiced to the under at -120. I'm seeing some places that maybe it's not juiced as heavily here, but I'm taking the Capitals here, you guys. I probably could never do them as a premium at this point. And while we have been a little bit fond of Columbus in certain spots, I think so far, well, Brent, if that's your score though, and I know you don't say always. I'm not always telling you what to do, but uh, look, I'm telling you one thing I look about about your computer score there with the 2-2. I don't. Well, I like the over. That's all. Hi, Jim. Nice to see you today. No, Ferner saying go under. I want to go over actually, Ferner. The steam came in on the under, and like I said, I'm trying to update the line to reflect what I think it is right now, but I want it to go. Oh, so, anyways, I won't. We're not here to disagree. I appreciate you. No, it's not going to 5.5. Fly guy, it's barely getting. I can't even get it to. I can't even get it to 6 at this point, and I wanted it 6. I'm waiting. This game's at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, and maybe you'll be waiting for late steam from me today on this game because I do like it over. I do, but I want just a little bit better price, especially if I'm going to give it out premium where I need some winners. All right, we got to get back to the Kings game here. Wow, my Kings, man, you can't stop my Kings at this point. This has been fun. Does feel a little bit uncomfortable to lay a big price here on the road, but I don't know. I like the way things are going now. Flyers did catch me a little bit here, and they're a little bit better than I always give them credit for. At least right now they are. So I would think the Kings win this in an under. A little intimidated here by the price right now at 6 over 20, and I know it's not any higher than that. And I want to take the under here. I don't think there's any. Oh boy, there are 6.5s out there, huh? Okay. Um. All right, I'm going to give out my play here as the under in this game at 6.5 under. Boy, it's really gone up, man. Hope I'm not making a mistake here with what maybe is a premium, but I'm going to go on. I'm going under in the Kings and the Flyers. I think the Kings are going to win, and they might actually, you know, I think I got them for 4 goals for sure here, and as a $1.75 favorite, I like the Kings. Let's just Kings and under. Maybe it's one of those parlay deals with me. Have a little fun tonight. Hey, we take it seriously. We try to pass along the best advice, shop for the best line. We're all gonna do that. Okay. Like I said, one thing I say is you got to have every tool in your arsenal. Tonight, look, we play high volume. I play the landscape. So, take your $100, take your $1,000, take your 5 dimes, whatever your bank, we're spreading it out, right? So we can afford to go a little kings and under parlay as our play. If you want to play them separate, divide them up. Just be punching in bets on your app. That's the way you do it nowadays, anyways. Jim says I was never doing a parlay. $100 in each game, 2 to 4 games. I'm doing that. And I'm, some games, hey, they're as low as like $20, $40 because, I put a lot of time and effort into researching lines, and my number says one thing. I'm not going to just let it slide. I've got to have my opinion in there in the market. Now, is it going to be a $100, a $200, $300 game or something like that? Maybe like a premium would be, whatever, a nickel. Hey, maybe. But for the other games, I put in the work, and it's not as strong, but I want my opinion. I want my opinion in there. So I play the landscape, Jim. I try to think of I'm always better. Write down, computer prints it out, but I look at every night a blind sheet and I just kind of write down what I think the line is in my brain, given all the numbers that I already know since I'm pay attention to it 24/7 anyways. So, and then I go from there. Then I go to bed. We could do it, Jim. I play high volume. That's what I do. All right, Hurricane. That's why. Hey, you coming on my too many bets? Hey, you're playing too many bets, Ramon. I'm not your guy. I'm not your guy, and no problem. Hopefully, I got a little bit of information for you, and you come see me, watch the show. But I'm pretty much going to have a little bit of something in almost every game on the card, because I've done the research and I have just a little bit of an edge. If I here's one more thing. So let's just use this game as an example, okay? Say I like the Islanders tonight, which let me make sure. I'm going to try to multitask here. I'm listening to a podcast in my ear right now about multitasking, actually. All right. So let's say I like the Islanders here tonight, which I do. Okay. And the price is $1.25. And I'm like, well, bummer. I really thought the Islanders would be plus. Well, here they're plus $1.05, obviously. So, say the Hurricanes came, minus $1.10, and I'm like, well, that's not the price that I was expecting on the Islanders. So maybe I do have no bet. I thought I wanted the Islanders plus $1.05, and here they've come minus $1.05. Well, later in the day, the Hurricanes moved to $1.25, and now my Islanders bet falls within the parameters. Line moves all day long. Now you have to take into consideration maybe it's moved because of a personnel situation, so you adjust in your mind too. Maybe there's been no true value understood. But if there's been nothing changing except the line itself, because some sharps have come in, some other opinions have come in, now I've got a bet. I'm not going to let it slide. So I've got the Islanders here tonight. That is my handicap on this game. And note the 5.5 here. Um, for whatever, I'm kind of one of those guys. I'm going under 5.5 and I'm going over 7. And I'm kind of disagreed with my own rules there a little bit. But I like the over, I think, at 5.5 in this game. I don't know how high it's gone. I know it's getting juiced up here a little bit. I don't think it's a big secret. No, mostly 5.5, maybe over minus 115 still. I like the over. I like the Islanders here in this one. And, well, I like the over. Let's just give it out. Let's just give it out right now. I like the over. Islanders and over. Double play here. Giving out some double plays. We got a ton of action. And maybe want to give Jim a little bit of, I don't know, Jim. It's up to you. So, okay. Okay, Jim's on the under. Here, I'm on the over, just to make it clear. Here, I say I like to go under 5. I know I said I'd like to go under 5.5. Not in this spot. I am going over as my play. Islanders and over for me in this one. All right, we got hopefully, let me check here. Looks like we might have a quick sighting here tonight of the Rangers and the Wild. Why is my technology so complicated? I mean, and I got started with computers, and I feel like I'm behind I mean, I was like, I worked as like a software technical support person, like when I was like 19 years old. I was like into Macs and everything, and I wasn't really a coder or anything like that. I mean, I learned some C and some basic and whatever. I can make some sprites on a Commodore 64 and do a horse racing game. But, anyways, in this one with the Rangers and the Wild, with Quickie going up against Gus, we have a Quickie sighting. I want to make sure. Yeah, he's confirmed in goal here tonight for the Rangers. How about Quick in here? All right, let's take a look. Man, we've got a few more games to go. We got to get this done. All right. In this one, man, this one's a little bit tough for me here, I think, especially with my guy Quick in net. I want to trust him here. This is a game probably like the least. I've given this a lot of opinions so far that I've been really excited about. This is probably the least game I'm least excited about. I see a bunch of comments in here. Maybe you'll help me. We need an excitement level bar. Well, see? Brent was talking about something completely different. I was ready for some. Can't find the excitement on this game. necessarily. All right. If the Wild, oh man, help you guys. I can't pass. That's the problem. This is never pass sports. That was a failed venture of mine. All right, looks like the sharps are mostly on the Rangers here, and it's Quick in there. I'm scared. Kind of want to take the Rangers with Quick, but I'm sure he'll be a problem here tonight. I'll take the Wild. I can't trust Quick. Then my numbers, my computer, it all says Quick. I can't do it. I can't do it. And it doesn't say Quick. It says Rangers. You know what I'm talking about, but I can't do it. I give me the Wild here. I hope for the best for you, Jonathan Quick. Uh, as a Kings fan, you're always in our hearts. But gonna have to fade Quick tonight. That would not, that's a pizza money right there. Okay, Jim. That that's the Ramon Gamble-holic degenerate play on Minnesota. Throw a few bucks on it because I got to have something on every game. Okay. Even I'm betting pennies here sometimes. Well, you know what I mean, pennies. 10 or 20 bucks, something, whatever. Just want to check in on my guy Quick here and there and not liking that game too much. So, all right. Some of it would be just a waste of time. All right. Florida and Chicago. Let's pick up the action here. I think we like this one a little bit better with Bob and Rozek in there tonight. And, well, for me, man, that total sure is. The reported team did come in on the under here, but what is the total right now? It looks to be 6.5 for the most part. Oh man, I like it over, but can I really get in on it now at 6.5? I might just have to go over right here on the show because it's gone up a little bit too high for me. Uh, Definitely think the Blackhawks are a pretty good price here at this one, and I'm willing probably to take them on the puck line. Let's see out of these two if I'm willing to do it here. Let's go. I'm going to go over here. Look, reported steam did come in on the under. If anything, it's giving me a little bit of value to take the over here in this one. Chicago's plus 1.5 minus $1.50 or so on the puck line. I do like Chicago here tonight on the puck line. You're going to get a double play out of me right here. 2 plays. I'm going to take Chicago plus 1.5. I'm going to take the over. It is 6.5 under 20 at the probably even though it might be a little bit higher. I'm just going to leave that price up there as we got to go get done with these plays and get done with this show because got here Pittsburgh and San Jose in this one. Can San Jose, this feels terrible, right? Can San Jose really be this awful? It just feels terrible right now for the Sharks. Can they really be this bad? This, to me, it almost indicates that, you almost had Sharks are probably the right side here. Who wants to take? Even I can't even take him, and I'm the guy that'll like, hey, this price, blah blah blah. I can't even recommend it at this point. I mean, I would go in shame, bet the Sharks in the dark by myself and not tell anybody here. Given what's going on right now, that last game, I gave out the Sharks right here on the show plus a goal and a half. I said, well, I'd probably make sure I got at least 2.5, take them plus 2.5 at minus $1.50 or something, whatever it was that night. They were big underdogs. And anyways, pretty sure I want the over here, but let's see what the price is. 6.5 under 20, maybe even a 6.5. I can't give out the side because I'd probably just have to give out Pittsburgh here. Here's Fernando. He's on under. Is it this game he's on? Salty Fly Guy. Hey, 10.5 will get us home. 10.5. That last game was 9-0. I mean, here. So, right, Jim. Here's the thing, right? We're talking about, hey, we keep losing plays, and I agree with you in that one. So let's get that one right. Anyways, with the Penguins and the Sharks here, this game feels pretty uncomfortable. I'll just go with the over as my play. Like I said, if I bet the Sharks, I'm not going to tell anybody about it because computer kind of says bet the Sharks. Computer says the price is too high. Computer didn't watch the Sharks. Computer can't see. Computer can't see Sharks. Let's see what Jim says here. Help him out. We gotta get the show over. At my book, if the game goes to OT and if it says 3-3, if I took the over. Okay. But so Jim, you were probably betting a category though that is regulation only, which is fine, and maybe you're doing that. But there you should be seeing a designation. They should still have the other way to bet it available as well, where that last goal, if you wanted to, it's totally up to you, but just to make sure that that it sounds to me like you are betting a total that's regulated, and some people prefer to do that. In fact, a lot of times, for clarification, I mean, in a premium, it's tough, right? You don't really want to ever go to to a shootout. Overtime, maybe you can deal with it, right? Because you maybe feel like you have the best scores skating out there, the best puck handlers, shorthanded or whatever, when they go to the shorthanded game in the 5-minute overtime. But sometimes if I'm on a road team and we're going to a shootout, I got to be off of it by the time live betting, and I'll just because the odds are almost well, they're a little close. Depends on what the odds are, but because that's where the randomness comes in. Anyways, Penguins and Sharks were on the over. Got to finish it up right here. We got just a couple minutes to go. Flames and Kraken in this one, and for me, look, this feels like it's all about the Flames to me. I want the Flames in this one. I want to go against the Kraken. I want to see. Look, both teams have kind of been funky right now, and I'm pretty sure they're both right next to. Well, I got the Kraken ahead of the Flames here at this point, and I don't know if the total's down to 6 here. I've got to think it has a strong chance to go over. If anything, this looks like a kind of a 4-3 game to me.
Final
with Calgary here. So give me Calgary. I'm taking Calgary on the road, and I do maybe lean over. I'm not going to give it out. Give me Calgary here in this one. I like Calgary on the road. Fernando, let's ride. Flames country, let's burn. Let's burn. All right. We're getting to that one, huh, Brent? The big game tonight is coming up. Just 2 more to go here. Stars, Canucks, Wedgwood. Well, that sounds uncomfortable here in this one. Sharps look to be on the under in this one. I'm not buying it. I know we got Dallas. I know we're on the road, but the Sharps are pushing it down to the under. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's the Sharps doing this. I don't know. Maybe the squares are all pouring in on the Stars and Canucks total because they just love hockey so much. Anyways, I too low for me. I Stars on the road. I don't think their defense is as what it might be like at home in this one, and I don't mind here. I'm not even sure about the side at this point with the Stars, and if Wedgwood. Let me see. Here, just peek at the goalies real quick. Okay, I'm showing could be Ottinger. That could change things a little bit. And let's just take the over now while it is at 6. because maybe that will change. I thought the move might be, because Ottinger was in there, maybe he is now. So, spot to me says over. I want the over here in this one. Here's Canucks and under from Fernando. And Ray's got the Stars here in this one on the road. Okay, let's take a look now. Salty Fly Guy, regulation draw. All right, the big one tonight. We got to have a play in this one. Game of the year so far, I would think, in the NHL, right? With the Avs and the Knights. We'll see about this goalie situation. I mean, with this game, we could see the other. In fact, I'm already showing I'm already wrong. Maybe nobody's confirmed, but let's just call it too important a game. We got to have Gurdjieff and Hill, I would guess, as the starters in this one. And have you guys seen anything yet? Must be, because the Sharps are all pouring in on the under in this game, and it doesn't matter. Well, no, I do see some sixes out there. I'm listing a 6 right there. Let me give out the under as my play. I think an under tonight in this one. And is Vegas favored yet? No, not quite yet. Okay, we'll see. But probably going to be on Vegas tonight, just to let you know. But probably going to save it for a little premium action. Thanks a lot, everybody, for a great show. What did I promise you guys? Okay, we gave you out the CFL. Major League Soccer, that'll probably come probably in the Discord. I don't know if we'll get to the premium there necessarily. Okay. Jim, I'd really love to give a crack at that with the Proline. I know about Proline, and it sounds like the lines are soft, but I don't know how it works really up there with you guys with that. So, anyways, thanks everybody. Got to go. I'm out of here. Hey, check me out over on the Who Bangin' show here in just a little bit with some FCS action. That's all I can get for you today, you guys. I'm sure there's more. Hit me up in the Discord if you're hanging out today. Also, maybe joining the unnecessarily long college football show. So if you know about that one, check it out. All right. That's it for me here at Tony'sPicks.com. Head on over to our website. Check out my 5-pack. It's going to get you started today. I'm going to load up the afternoon games here in just about the next 45 minutes or so as well. Just going to keep at it, keep coming at it with it today with premium picks. I would imagine we could get, I don't know, can we get to 12, 15, 18 premiums today? Maybe. Want to be a little bit cautious after throwing in some rough week here, but this is a good card today. So check me out over at Tony'sPicks.com and use the promo code TonyT at checkout. For Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott.